There's a particular kind of heaviness that settles in around 70, not in the body alone, though the body speaks too, but in the mind, a weight made of years, of accumulated should-haves and what-ifs, of identities you wore so long they became confused with who you are. And somewhere beneath all that weight, there's a question nobody taught you to ask. A question that arrives not with fanfare, but with silence, usually in the early hours when the world hasn't woken yet and your mind is still soft. The question is this: what if you've been carrying things that were never yours to carry? Before the noise begins, before the phone lights up, before you slip back into the well-worn grooves of yesterday's thinking, there's a doorway, a sacred moment. Buddhism calls it the unguarded mind. The mind before it remembers what it's supposed to worry about. Most people walk past this doorway every single morning. They reach for distraction. They replay old conversations. They brace for the day as if it's something to survive rather than something to meet. But what if cleaning your mind isn't about adding more discipline or forcing positivity? What if it's about learning to put things down, one by one, gently, until what's left isn't emptiness but space? Room to breathe, room to be. Today, we're not talking about living longer. We're talking about living lighter. And if you've made it to 70 or beyond, you've earned the right to stop carrying what no longer serves you. Stick with me. There's a hidden lesson at the end that might change how you see the rest of your days. Not because it's complicated, but because it's true. Let's begin. 1. Stop giving your first minute away. Here's what most people don't realize. The moment you wake up, your mind is clean. Not empty, clean. Like a still pond before anyone throws a stone. But within seconds, maybe before your feet even touch the floor, you hand that stillness away. You check your phone. You turn on the news. You let the world pour into your mind before you've even said good morning to yourself. And just like that, the day owns you. You're reacting, responding, defending, managing. But you're not choosing. You're being chosen for. In Buddhism, there's a teaching about the first thought of the day. It's considered sacred, not because it's always peaceful, but because it's yours. Before the world speaks to you, before obligation pulls at you, there's a moment where you can meet yourself. Think about it. How many mornings have you woken up and immediately started preparing? Preparing your face, your tone, your energy, all to meet the demands you imagine are waiting. But here's the truth most people over 70 know but rarely say out loud. You've spent decades giving yourself away in small moments. And after a while, you forget what it feels like to simply be, without performing, without proving. The first minute of your morning is not a luxury, it's a reclaiming. So tomorrow, before you do anything else, try this. Sit up slowly, place your hand on your heart, feel the rise and fall of your breath, and whisper, just once, "This mind is mine first." It's not a mantra, it's a boundary. A gentle way of saying to the world, "I'll meet you in a moment, but right now, I'm meeting myself." You don't need to meditate for an hour. You don't need to sit cross-legged or light incense. 60 seconds. That's all. 60 seconds where no information enters, no screen, no voice. Just you and the fact that you're still here. Because if you can't protect the first minute of your day, how will you protect the rest? This isn't about being selfish. It's about mental hygiene. You wouldn't leave your home without brushing your teeth. Why would you leave your mind unguarded? The world can wait. It's been waiting for 70 years. One more minute won't hurt it, but it might save you. Before the world speaks to you, can you meet yourself? 2. Release yesterday's residue before it becomes today's identity. You wake up. The first minute is yours. You've reclaimed it. But then something else creeps in, quietly, almost politely. Yesterday, maybe it's a conversation that didn't go well, a decision you're still second-guessing, a feeling you can't quite name but can't seem to shake. The mind, loyal and relentless, brings it all back, like a faithful dog returning with the same stick. And here's the problem. If you're not careful, yesterday's residue becomes today's identity. You start the day already weighted, already defending, already replaying, and before you know it, you're living in a time that no longer exists, trying to fix something that's already over. Buddhism teaches something radical about this. It says, yesterday is a ghost, and you keep inviting it to breakfast, not because you're weak, not because you can't let go, but because the mind confuses repetition with responsibility. It thinks that by replaying the past, it's protecting you, preparing you, keeping you safe. But it's not. It's keeping you stuck. There are people who reach 70 and realize they've been carrying the same fear for 40 years, the same anger, the same regret. Different situations, different faces, but the same emotional weight, passed from decade to decade like an inheritance nobody wanted. And the cruelest part? Most of that weight was never even theirs to begin with. It was handed to them by parents who didn't know better, by a world that rewarded endurance over honesty, by a time when you weren't allowed to say, "I'm tired," or "I don't know," or "I need help." So you carried it all. And now, decades later, your arms are still full. But here's what nobody tells you. Letting go is not the same as suppression. You're not pretending it didn't happen. You're not denying the pain or the disappointment or the betrayal. You're simply refusing to live inside it anymore. There's a practice you can do. It takes 2 minutes, maybe less. Sit quietly. Close your eyes if it feels right. And name the residue. Out loud if you can. Silently if you must. Regret, anger, fear, shame. Whatever it is, call it by name. Then, as you exhale, say this. Not now, not this morning. You're not banishing it forever. You're not pretending it doesn't exist. You're just choosing not to wear it today. Like a coat that no longer fits, you can acknowledge it's there without putting it on. And then ask yourself one question, just one. What am I carrying that cannot serve today? Because some burdens are useful. They teach, they guide, they remind. But most are just heavy. And heaviness, over time, gets mistaken for identity. You are not your regrets. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the voice that says you should have done better. You are the one who hears that voice. And hearing is not the same as obeying. A clean mind is not an empty mind. It's a mind that can breathe. It's a mind that says, I've lived, I've learned, and I'm still here. So let yesterday settle. Let the dust fall. You don't need to stir it up again just to prove you remember. You remember. But today is asking for something else. It's asking for presence. And presence begins the moment you stop living in reverse. 3. Break the habit of overthinking before it builds a storm. You've protected your first minute. You've released yesterday's weight. And then, just when you think you're clear, the mind does something else. It starts building. What if this happens? What if I said the wrong thing? What if they think I'm difficult or forgetting or no longer useful? The questions multiply. They stack on top of each other like clouds gathering before a storm. And before you know it, you're not thinking anymore. you're spiraling. Overthinking feels like problem solving. It convinces you that if you just think about it one more time, from one more angle, you'll finally find clarity. But that's the trap. Overthinking doesn't bring clarity. It muddies the water, like a hand stirring a still pond until nothing can be seen. And here's the part that's hardest to admit. Overthinking, especially after 70, is rarely about the future. It's about fear disguised as preparation. Fear that you'll be forgotten. Fear that you'll become a burden. Fear that the world has moved on and left you behind. Fear that what you know, what you've learned, what you've lived, no longer matters. So the mind tries to protect you. It rehearses conversations. It replays scenarios. It prepares you for disasters that haven't happened and likely never will. But protection and imprisonment start to look the same after a while. Buddhism has a name for this: the monkey mind, always jumping, always grabbing, always scanning for the next branch, the next threat, the next thing to solve. But the monkey never rests, and neither do you. There are people who spend their entire 70s worrying about things that never come to pass. They miss the sunset because they're calculating tomorrow's weather. They miss the conversation because they're rehearsing what to say next. And the saddest part? The things they worried about most either never happened or happened in ways they couldn't have predicted anyway. So what was all that thinking for? Here's how you spot the loop. Listen to your own mind. Really, listen. What if? Should I? Will it? Did I? That's not planning. That's panic. Planning has a beginning and an end. It moves toward action. Panic just spins. It asks the same question 20 different ways and never arrives at an answer because it's not looking for an answer. It's looking for control. And control, my friend, is the thing you're going to have to let go of most. Try this. The next time you catch yourself in the loop, don't fight it. Don't shame yourself for thinking too much. Just pause. Label it. Say to yourself quietly, "This is planning mind," or "This is panic mind." That small act of naming creates distance. You're no longer inside the thought. You're observing it. And observation is the first step toward freedom. Then ask, is there one practical step I can take right now? One call, one decision, one small action. If yes, take it. If no, release the story. Let it go like a leaf floating downstream. You don't need to follow it. You don't need to grab it. Your mind was meant to be a tool, not a tyrant. And the moment you realize you can choose which thoughts to feed and which to let pass, everything changes. You stop being ruled by your own thinking. You stop mistaking noise for wisdom, and you start to hear something quieter, something steadier, the voice that's been there all along, waiting beneath the storm. 4. Return to the present moment. 3. Anchors, not 1. The mind wanders. That's not a flaw. That's its nature. But after 70 years of wandering, you start to notice something. Most of the places it goes, you've already been there. And they weren't that interesting the first time. Buddhism teaches that presence is the purifier, not because it erases the past or blocks the future, but because it refuses to let you live in both at once. You can't fully feel this breath and also be drowning in yesterday. The two states can't coexist. One is real, one is memory. And memory, no matter how vivid, is not where life happens. But here's the problem most people face. They try to return to the present using only one anchor. Usually, the breath. And for some, that works. But for others, especially those whose breath has become shallow or anxious or tied to years of stress, Focusing on breathing can feel like work, like one more thing they're supposed to fix. So let me give you 3 anchors instead, 3 doorways back to now. The first is breath, but not forced, not controlled, just noticed. Sit or stand wherever you are. And instead of trying to breathe deeply, just notice the breath that's already there. Soft, quiet, rising and falling on its own. You don't need to fix it. You're not broken. You're just noticing. If that feels uncomfortable, move to the second anchor, your body. Place your feet flat on the ground. Feel the weight, the pressure, the contact. Or place your hand on your belly and feel it rise and fall, not thinking about it, just feeling it. The body doesn't lie. It's always here, always now. And when the mind is lost, the body can bring you back. The third anchor is sound. The nearest sound, the farthest sound, the space between them. Maybe it's the hum of a refrigerator, the rustling of leaves, a distant car. You're not analyzing the sound. You're not labeling it good or bad. You're just letting it land in your awareness. And in that listening, something softens. The grip loosens. The mind stops chasing. And for just a moment, you're here, fully here. Try this. 10 breaths. That's all. After the 10th breath, ask yourself 2 questions. Where is my mind right now? Is this thought true in this exact moment? Most of the time, the answer to the second question is no. The thought isn't true right now. It's a projection, a fear, a memory dressed up as the present. And when you see that, really see it, the thought loses power. Not because you fought it, but because you stopped believing it. Presence isn't a destination. It's a return, over and over, gently, without judgment. And the more you practice returning, the less time you spend lost. You don't need to live in the past. You've already been there. You don't need to live in the future. It hasn't arrived yet. All you need is this, right here, right now, one breath at a time. That's not escaping life. That's finally living it. 5. Escape the comparison trap before it steals your inner flame. 70 years on this earth, and somehow the voice still whispers, "You're not doing enough. You're not keeping up. Look at them. Look at what they've built, achieved, maintained." Comparison is a quiet thief. It doesn't announce itself. It slips in through the cracks, especially in the morning when the mind is soft and unguarded. You scroll through photos. You hear about someone's grandchildren, their travels, their perfect retirement, and suddenly, without even realizing it, you're measuring, weighing, coming up short. But here's what most people don't understand. Comparison doesn't just steal your joy. It steals your identity. Because when you compare, you stop asking, "What is true for me?" and start asking, "Am I enough compared to them?" And that question has no answer. It's a trap disguised as motivation. Buddhism teaches something that sounds simple but cuts deep. Your flame is no less sacred because someone else burns brighter. Think about 2 candles, one tall, one short. From the outside, they look different. But the flame is the same. You were not made to be measured against anyone else. You were made to carry a truth only you can hold. A perspective only you have lived. A wisdom earned through your specific joys and sorrows, not theirs. And yet, we spend so much of our lives, even at 70, trying to fit into someone else's definition of a life well lived. But their path was never meant to be yours. Their timing isn't your timing. Their victories don't diminish your worth. And their presence doesn't make you invisible. There are people who reach the end of their lives still apologizing for not being someone else, still carrying shame for choices that were honest, still haunted by a comparison that was never fair to begin with. Don't be one of them. Ask yourself, and be gentle when you answer, where do I shrink because someone else shines? Maybe it's in conversations. You hold back because someone else always has a better story. Or maybe it's in your own achievements. You downplay them because they don't look impressive next to someone else's highlight reel. But you're not seeing their struggles. You're not seeing their doubts. You're comparing your interior to their exterior, and that's not a fair fight. Here's a practice. Before you pick up your phone in the morning, before you open the door to anyone else's life, make one vow. Say it out loud if you can. I will not measure my life before I have lived one conscious breath. Because the moment you start comparing, you stop being present. You stop noticing what's actually here. The light coming through the window, the fact that you woke up, the quiet miracle that your heart is still beating. Comparison pulls you out of your own life and into someone else's. And you can't live two lives at once. So ask yourself another question, and sit with this one. What desire in me is born from truth, and what desire is born from comparison? Because some of what you want is real, it's aligned, it's yours. But some of it is just exhaustion. The exhaustion of trying to keep up with a race you never signed up for. You don't need to be like them. You need to be like you, fully, unapologetically, even if it's quiet, even if it's small, even if no one else understands. Your flame doesn't need to be bigger. It just needs to be yours. And when you stop trying to be someone else's light, your own starts to burn clearer. 6. Detach from expectations and control. Release the script. You planned it a certain way. You thought by 70 things would look different, feel different, be different. Maybe you imagined more time with the people you love, more recognition for what you gave, more ease, more certainty, more proof that it all mattered. But life didn't follow the script. And now you're here, holding expectations that life has quietly refused to meet. Buddhism says something uncomfortable about this. It says, much of your suffering is not what life gives you, but what you demanded it should be. Expectations are chains disguised as clarity. They promise safety. They say, if I can just control this outcome, I'll finally feel at peace. But control is a weight. And the tighter you hold it, the less room you have for what's actually trying to arrive. Think about the mornings you wake up already braced, already running through the day in your mind, trying to manage it before it's even begun, predicting conversations, rehearsing reactions, building little walls to keep disappointment out. But those walls, they also keep life out. They keep surprise out. They keep grace out. There's a reason the most beautiful moments of your life probably weren't the ones you planned. They were the ones you allowed, the ones that arrived when you stopped gripping. Ask yourself this and answer with honesty. What am I resisting that I could accept? Maybe it's the pace of your body. Maybe it's the fact that people don't call as often. Maybe it's that the world has moved on in ways you didn't expect and can't control. Resistance doesn't change reality. It just exhausts you. Now ask, what outcome am I gripping too tightly? Because some things you're holding on to aren't even outcomes. They're old promises you made to yourself about how life should look. And those promises, they were made by a younger you, in a different time, under different skies. You're allowed to release them, not with bitterness, not with defeat, but with the quiet wisdom of someone who's learned that life is wiser than any script. Try this. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and ask your body, how would I feel if I loosened the script? If I let today be different than I planned? Notice what happens. Maybe there's fear, maybe there's relief, maybe both. And then say gently, today is allowed to be different. Not worse, not better, just different. Because the struggle is not in life, it's in your grip. And the moment you loosen that grip, even a little, something shifts. You stop fighting what is. You stop demanding life meet you on your terms. And you start showing up to meet life on its terms. That's not surrender. That's alignment. That's the difference between rowing against the current and learning to float. And floating doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that the river knows where it's going, even when you don't. 7. Practice impermanence. Let change stop feeling like a threat. Everything changes. You know this. You've lived it. And yet, the mind still resists, still grips, still pretends that if you hold on tight enough, things will stay the same. But they won't. They never do. And at 70, that truth is no longer abstract. It's in your bones. It's in the mirror. It's in the names you forget and the people who are no longer here. Impermanence isn't a Buddhist concept meant to frighten you. It's meant to free you. Because when you stop fighting change, when you stop treating it like a threat, something unexpected happens. You start to soften. You start to flow. Buddhism teaches that what clutters the mind is not change itself. It's resistance to change. The endless inner battle to keep things as they were, to hold on, to freeze time. But time doesn't freeze. It moves. And the more you resist that movement, the more you suffer. Think about water. It doesn't resist the shape of the riverbed. It doesn't cling to the rock it just passed. It flows. It adapts. And in that flowing, it carves canyons. You can do the same. Not by becoming passive, not by giving up, but by releasing the story. There are people who spend their final decades fighting their own age, resenting their body for slowing down, hating their mind for not being as sharp, mourning the life they had instead of living the life they have. And there's a deep loneliness in that, because when you're at war with impermanence, you're at war with life itself. But here's the truth they won't tell you in the self-help books or the wellness retreats. Aging is not a failure. Slowing down is not a tragedy, and needing help is not weakness. It's just change, and change, when you stop resisting it, becomes the path. Try this practice. It's simple, and it's not about pretending everything is fine. On your next inhale, say silently, "This is changing." On your exhale, say, "So I can soften." You're not forcing acceptance. You're just naming what's real. And in that naming, something loosens. Your body is changing. So you soften into it instead of fighting it. Your relationships are changing. So you soften into what they are now instead of mourning what they were. Your role in the world is changing. So you soften into this new chapter instead of clinging to the one that's over. When you stop fighting the river becomes your path. Not because it takes you where you want it to go, but because it takes you where you need to be. And sometimes the place you need to be is simply here, present, open, still alive, still capable of seeing beauty even when everything is different. Impermanence is not the enemy. Resistance is. And the moment you release that resistance, you don't lose yourself. You find yourself. The part that was always there beneath the fear. The part that knows how to bend without breaking. So let it change. Let it all change. And in that letting go, discover what remains. Because what remains is not what you cling to, it's what you are. 8. Begin in gratitude. Then set one compassionate intention. You've cleaned the mind, you've released the grip, you've let go of yesterday, of comparison, of control, of resistance. And now, in this quiet space, there's room for something else. Something that doesn't demand or fix or prove. Something that simply acknowledges. Gratitude, not the forced kind. Not the kind you perform because you think you should, but the kind that rises when the noise settles. When the mind stops chasing and starts noticing. Buddhism teaches that gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a practice that clears the fog. It cools the craving. It softens the heart that's been hardened by disappointment. And at 70, gratitude doesn't need to be grand. It doesn't need to be about achievements or milestones or things you've accumulated. It can be as simple as this. I'm still here. I can still feel. I can still see the morning light. That's enough. That's more than enough. Try this. Before you move into the day, take 60 seconds, maybe 90. Name 3 gratitudes. Out loud if you can. 1 for your body. Maybe it's not what it was. Maybe it hurts. Maybe it's tired. But it's carried you this far. It's held your life. And it's still here. 1 for life itself. For the fact that you woke up. That there's still time. Still breath. Still possibility. And 1 for a person. Someone who's been kind. Someone who's stayed. Someone whose face you can picture and whose presence still matters. That's it. 3 small acknowledgements. Not to fix anything, not to prove you're positive. Just to name what's true, and then set one intention. Not a goal, not a task. An intention. An intention is different. It's not about outcome. It's about how you want to show up. Maybe today you choose patience. Maybe you choose gentleness. Maybe you choose not rushing. Say it simply. Today I choose patience. Or, today I choose to be gentle with myself. That's all. You're not promising perfection, you're just setting a direction. And in that direction, the heart begins to guide instead of the fear. Buddhism names 3 poisons that cloud the mind: craving, aversion, and ignorance. And this practice, this simple morning ritual, touches all 3. Gratitude cools craving. It reminds you that you already have enough. You already are enough. Compassion softens aversion. It helps you meet difficulty without hardening, without shutting down. And presence, the practice of returning to now, cuts through ignorance. It shows you what's real instead of what you imagine or fear. This is how you clean the mind, not by forcing it, not by filling it with affirmations you don't believe, but by gently sweeping away what's not needed and making space for what is. Peace is not something you find later. It's not waiting for you at the end of a perfect day or a perfect year. It's something you choose, gently, quietly, first thing in the morning, before the world wakes up, before the noise returns. You choose it in the first minute, in the release of yesterday, in the refusal to overthink, in the return to presence, in the freedom from comparison, in the letting go of control, in the softening toward change, in the gratitude that says, I'm still here. And in that choosing, something shifts. The heaviness doesn't disappear entirely, but it becomes lighter, more bearable, less like a prison, and more like a coat you can finally take off. You've lived 70 years. You've earned the right to live lightly now, not because life has gotten easier, but because you've learned how to carry it differently. So start tomorrow with this, just this, one clean minute, one conscious breath, one gentle intention, and watch how everything begins to shift. Not all at once, but slowly, steadily, like morning light filling a quiet room. That's not magic, that's wisdom. The kind that only comes from living long enough to know what matters and what doesn't. And what matters is this: you're still here. You still have time. And the mind, when cleaned gently and daily, becomes not a burden, but a companion. Clean it well, live it lightly, and let the rest of your days be lived not in fear, but in the quiet freedom of finally letting go. If this message found you when you needed it, let me know by leaving a like. It helps this reach others who might be carrying too much. Subscribe for more wisdom on living lightly, not just longer. And in the comments, share just one thing. What are you ready to put down today? I read every comment. Your words matter here. Until next time, breathe gently, carry less, and remember, 70 years earned you the right to finally live light.